What if I just like sat here for 10 minutes and and acted as tired as I really am and gave you a test on that? That'd be good. That'd be rich. Oh, that'd be rich. Hey, let's not. Let's just do 10. Let's just do 10 minutes here. Nonverbals. Nonverbals part 2, or as they say in Spanish, part dos. Hey, hi, welcome back. Nonverbals. Yesterday we ran through a bunch of stuff. You can rewatch that video. Don't kid yourself. Pause. Take some notes. Rewind. Take notes. I'm telling you to take notes. Put your put put your phone down. Put your How many times? God, boy, do I miss that. I really do. I wish I was in class yelling at you right now. Put your phones down. But here's the deal. Pick up a pencil, pick up a pen, pick up a marker, pick up a crayon. Let's take some notes. Part 2, nonverbals. Today we're going to talk about the principles of nonverbals. Now, the test that's coming up is, man, I tell you what, there's a lot of headings. Just here's a hint. Look at what's boxed in on the magic whiteboard. Look at what's boxed in. We already had the types boxed in. All right. So today it's the principles. We'll be boxing that in of nonverbal communication. All right. There's only a handful of them. If I remember correctly, there's 4. So let's rock and roll. All right, campers. Principle number 1 of nonverbals. You cannot not send them. I know. That's a double negative. Your English teachers are gonna they're gonna hate that. Yaku, her head's gonna spin around. Okay, you cannot not send nonverbals. In other words, i.e., you're always sending them. You're always sending them. Okay. You can't stop. You cannot not send them. Just be aware of that. All right. That's the simplest one. All the time, every time you're in a conversation or in a room full of people, you're sending nonverbals. Think about it. If appearance is one of the types of nonverbals, okay. Hi. Okay. Number 2. As far as the principles of nonverbals is concerned. Number 2, they can be ambiguous. They can be ambiguous. Now, if you remember from the last test what the definition of ambiguity is, then you ought to be able to get this. Okay? Nonverbals could have more than one meaning. All right? They could be taken more than one way. All right? If somebody scratches their chin, raises an eye like this, okay? It could be taken a number of different ways, okay? They could be thinking, interesting, or they could be thinking, well, that's weird. Or they could be thinking, ridiculous. Same nonverbal. Okay, same nonverbal. And trust me when I say this. Here's a tool. Here's a little tool. Okay. Man, oh man, does this thing cause problems? This thing. Okay. Your cellular device, your phone. All right. Here's the reality. The reality is this: there is no really good way to send nonverbals with your messages, with your texts. There's no really good way to text somebody and send a nonverbal. Now, 93% of our endeavors in communication are non-verbal endeavors. 93% of the communication process happens non-verbally. Okay, couple that with the fact that there's no good way to send non-verbals with this thing. There's no good way. Okay? No wonder you get a text. Ooh, you get a text and you read it and you think, oh my God. And then you get right on and you start tapping, and you hit send. And your friend sends another one back like, oh my God, that's not what I meant. What I meant. Hey, listen, how many times has that ever happened to you? Where there's been miscommunication because really, quite frankly, that text is unclear because we don't spend enough words. And then you're looking at it and you're frowning and you're thinking, oh my God, really? And then like 10 minutes later, I didn't mean that. Okay, listen, those smiley face emoticons, no wonder there's a million of them. And they're inventing new ones every day. Like, what is that dude with the one eye open, one eye shut, tongue hanging out thing for? I ask students all the time in my class, get your phones out. And then I ask them to send an emoticon, emoji, an emoticon, I don't care. I ask them to send it for, hey, you know, I'm flirting with you. Then I ask them to send it for, hey, I'm really confused. Then I ask them to send it for, hey, I'm really angry with you. You want to know what? There's like 8 or 9 different emoticons, just in like parts of the classroom. In total, there could be 20 different emoticons for I'm really angry with you. And some of them are those same ones that other students are using for I'm flirting with you. It's really wonky. There is no set standard for this. So no wonder there's trouble. No wonder there's trouble. Nonverbals are highly ambiguous. They can be taken more than one way. And especially when you get into that, that texting, that phone. Man, I tell you what. Okay? All right, keep that in mind. The third principle, because I promised you 10 minutes today. 10. Okay? 10. Okay, the third principle of nonverbals. This is a fun one. When the nonverbals don't match the words. When the nonverbals and the words don't go together. Ooh, that's fun. When they don't go together. The human being believes the nonverbals 100% of the time. What? Okay, listen. When the nonverbals don't match the words are quasi-meaningless. We will always trust the nonverbals. Okay? Oh, listen. Okay, here's an example. Your dad and you are having a conversation, right? And your dad looks over and he goes like this. He goes like this. He goes, I am not mad. Okay, I'm going to tell you. That dude's mad. Okay, listen, the words I am not mad are meaningless. They're meaningless. Okay? Fine! I love you! Great! Okay, first of all, it's not fine. It's not great. All right? All right, listen, we believe the nonverbals 100% of the time. All right? Gentlemen, listen. Everybody else can ignore me. Gentlemen, listen. Okay? If your girlfriend says to you, and she looks right at you, and she says, fine. Yeah, no problem. Go play cards with your guy friends again. Fine. Okay? uh, uh, you might not want to go, okay? Because it ain't fine. No matter what those words are, the nonverbals are saying, okay? And I'm not reliving what happened a couple of months ago here in this house. I'm not, okay? Okay, so listen. I'm telling you this. We will believe the nonverbals. All right? All right. Just a little over 10 minutes. Got to get going because I made a promise. All right. So listen, the last one we've already talked about. The last principles of nonverbals. We can see them relatively easy in other people. We can see them in other people. But we have a really hard time monitoring our own nonverbals. It's the last thing I said yesterday, and it's the last thing I'm going to say today. Listen very carefully. We have a hard time monitoring our own nonverbals. So we are going to show people the emotion. We are going to show people the feeling that undergirds those verbals. We're going to show them with our face, our gestures, and primarily the tone of our voice. You know, you've seen the magic whiteboard scroll down a number of times. Over on the very left side, every time it did, were still those vocal cues from yesterday: volume, rate, pitch, and inflection. Inflection? Yes, inflection. Okay, here's the deal. Those are dead giveaways, as are the hand gestures. You know, and it's like, I am not mad. Okay, yeah, look at your hands. But we don't. We don't monitor them in us. Okay, so easy to see them in everybody else. All right, until we meet again, my lords and ladies. Until we meet again. And you know what I think. We're all in this together. We really are. I'm telling you again. We're like clowns. We're like clowns in a brand new circus here. Some of us are choosing to, paint smiles on. Some of us are choosing to paint frowns on. But the show must go on. Have a great and glorious day.